So before we do our actual discussion, there's a few things I did want to go through. Some of this, Anne, well, she might have seen this first one, but let's go ahead and take a look there. All right, so yes, I'm sure some of you folks at home have been hearing a lot about the various AI image generation things out there. One of the newest ones is Stable Diffusion, which I've used here. That's one you can actually run locally, provided you have a fairly recent graphics card with a decent amount of memory. So, I don't know if Anne saw this. I posted this on my YouTube feed as well as Twitter. But I was inspired last year when they made a bunch for Pokémon 25, the album. They took a couple of the musicians there and made pseudo, I don't think they actually printed them, I think, or if they did, they were probably like jumbo cards that they framed and gave out or whatever. Cards for some of the performers under, I know Katy Perry, Vince Staples, and I think the Latin American guy. Unfortunately, the name escapes me at the moment. So I decided I would have a little bit of fun and use some of this new AI stuff to sort of generate some images. Basically, I trained it on a data set from a TCG artist who does a lot of people cards in the trading card game, Megumi Mizutani. Hopefully I said that about right. Let's see, and created these 4 things here. This was a case where I took an actual existing image and then put it through the algorithm to get these results. Admittedly, they're not perfect or anything, but Anne, do you want to try your hand at trying to figure out exactly which ones these are? Okay,
I'm gonna go with B is Weird Al by the Smile is gonna be my guess.
Okay, you're right about that one. What about the other 3?
Okay, is A Britney Spears?
No, it's not.
Is it Christina?
It is Christina Aguilera, yes.
All right, the other 2. For C, I would, like, there's something about the posture that suggests Donna Summer, but she's not quite dark enough.
Yeah.
Is it Donna Summers, though?
No.
No, okay, then I'll come back to her. D, I want to say is someone from NSYNC.
You are correct there. Can you think of which specific one?
Is it Joey?
No.
My heart really went to Backstreet Boys. I'm doing my best. He's not blonde enough to be Lance. Justin. Is it Justin?
It is not Justin Timberlake, no.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Well, I think maybe the AI did get you messed up there, because that is actually Lance Bass.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I didn't recolor anyone's hair for this, but maybe the AI decided to do that.
I mean, dark blonde and brown can sometimes, yeah.
All right, and then C. I'll give you a hint. It is a musician from the second movie soundtrack.
Okay. Well, was it Alicia or the girl who did Dreams?
No.
Okay. I think you're going to have to help me out here, because I'm not...
All right, well, I'll give a moment for anyone in the chat to come in here.
Yes, play at home, people. Help me out.
But I do have the answers on the next slide in the original images.
Oh, okay, all right.
Here. So let's go ahead and go to that. Okay, so C was actually Kate Pearson from the B-52s. Yeah, I did recolor some of this stuff here. I guess Lance, I don't know if he was dyeing his hair darker there or whatever, but...
like I said, I
did recolor some of the backgrounds and clothing to make it a little less obvious where I pulled these from for some of them. Like if we go back, so there's a setting when you're doing this, when you're doing an image starting thing on the thing I have here. You can tell it how far it can stray from the original image on a scale of 0 to 1. I tended to get these results somewhere between 0.3 and 0.5. Christina is a little closer to a 0.5 on that, which it's always a balance between trying to get the style you're going for, especially in this kind of early stage. There are kind of other ways of training Stable Diffusion, but some of them involve retraining the entire library along with it, so you end up with like a multi-gigabyte file. This method that I used here only returns you about a much smaller file that you can use to augment the database. Weird Al and the others are a little bit, I think, lower on that spectrum, closer to 0.3 or 0.4. In case you're curious, Weird Al's picture came from the album liner notes for Poodle Hat, which is the album after Pokémon 2000. Kate Pearson comes from the cover of Good Stuff, and then Lance Bass comes from the liner notes of No Strings Attached. So that's the kind of one we got there. I may do more of these in the future. Christina Aguilera is from the What a Girl Wants single, which actually does have We're a Miracle as the B-side. All right, well, let's talk, like I said before we get into our main discussion, about the other big